Oh, hello, 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 hello. How are you? Yes, I'm excited. The year's drawing to an end, and I don't know how your New Year resolutions were going and all of that. Anyway, just a quick one. You would have seen a post that I put out on my Instagram and Facebook on an upcoming 6 month word fast. Yes, a 6 month word fast. And what do I mean? Remember that earlier this year I read the Bible in I set out to read the Bible in 6 months, but I ended up completing it in 132 days, and I used the remaining 48 days to spend it with the Lord. Now, I want to repeat the same thing next year, and I'm inviting you to join me. Yes, I don't want to do it alone this time around. I want you, my community of friends, to join me in enjoying the presence of God, because I had such a good time this year in the presence of God just by reading His Word and waiting on Him while I was at it. So, what did I do in this time? You're thinking, what fast? What's that? So, what I did in that time was I wasn't fasting to seek the Lord for anything. No, I was fasting on the Word of God. And what that means is I simply pray what I read from the Bible. So I was reading 9 chapters every day for that particular challenge. And so as I read those 9 chapters daily, I would get ministrations from the Lord. I would get messages from the Lord from those chapters I was reading, and I was praying those. And so because I was fasting, it helped me have a certain sense of soberness, or as there's a word I've heard, I was demure. So in that time, fasting helped me to have to be in the right mental space to receive from God. And that's why I love this so much that I want to now replicate it next year. And so next year, in fact, what I'm going to be doing is that so this year what I had done was to put out my notes as I read the Bible passages and the lessons, and I share them with the world. But next year I'm going to do it a bit differently. I'm going to remove myself from the world this time, and I'm going to read the word. I'm going to be offline for the whole 6 months. And because I realized that in reading the Bible this year, I spent lesser time by reading 9 chapters, I actually want to read it in 6 months. And so what that means is that rather than read 9 chapters every day, I'm going to be reading 6. And that's great, because that means I read 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 at night. And so that also means that in my prayer times, will be 2. When I read the 2, I pray. When I read the other 2, I pray. When I read the other 2, I pray. And so I'm guaranteed to pray at least 3 times every day for 6 months. So imagine that you spend time in prayer 3 times every day with the Lord. Isn't that going to change your life? It would definitely change your life. So I'm inviting you, and you see that there's enough time. That's why I've put this notice out early. There's enough time for you to actually prepare yourself mentally to be part of that. And no, I don't do 6 to 6 for 6 months. I do 6 to 1 p.m. every day. That's how I'm able to manage it for 6 months. And so if you feel that this is something that you're excited about, I invite you to join me. It will be such an amazing time in the presence of God. I can't begin to tell you, how much blessing it was for me in this time with the Lord. And so I'm inviting you, come and join me. It will be an amazing time to help me prepare in anticipation of so it's going to be from the 5th of January 2025 until the 5th of July 2025. So in anticipation of that, to help me prepare, I'm going to be praying every Friday towards the fast. I'm going to be preparing, laying the spiritual groundwork to prepare for that time. I also invite you, if you're minded to join me in this fast next year, to join me every Friday in your personal space to pray concerning the fast, to trust God to meet you in this time with Him as you join me in this fast. I hope that you have a blessed and amazing time. God bless you.